All right, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about one of my favorite things to do with one of my favorite Google tools. And the Google tool is Google Drawings. Are any of the rest of you like complete fans of Google Drawings? All right, I got some of you, very good. And so if you're not yet, in about 10 minutes you will be. That's about all it'll take, or less. And so I love Google Drawings because it's kind of like, it's almost like a digital poster board that you can put all sorts of stuff all over. And it's really simple. There's only like lines, text, images, and shapes. And that's about all that you put on it. But there's so much that you can do with it. And one of my favorite examples of things to do with it is to create these infographics. So I'm going to show you kind of the step-by-step for how you can do this. So a couple of quick housekeeping things before we start. Number one, wanted to let you know that I have this free ebook available on my website. It's called 101 Practical Ways to Ditch That Textbook. So if you're looking for just practical things you can use in your classroom for creativity, innovation, technology, stuff like that, that's the place to go. And I'll give you a link in just a little bit at the end of the session. So there's like a teaser for you to hang around until the end, right? So there's that. And I also want to tell you very briefly that I'm presenting on a fabulous view board, a 75-inch view board, an interactive touchscreen, basically. And it's pretty cool because, of course, it does all the same stuff that a normal monitor would do, but you've also got these annotation features. And so you can like kind of draw all over it. If you want to erase, it's just like a chalkboard. Ready for this? Isn't that cool? And then when you're all done, if you want to save a picture of all of those annotations for like a kid that's absent from school or something, you just hit this button right here, and it'll upload it to your Google Drive in one click, which is pretty awesome. If you want to just stick that into Google Classroom or send it out to parents or whoever, makes it really, really easy. So anyway, that's what I'm presenting on. And so these are the kind of things that I want to show you guys how to make. And it's really actually pretty easy. So do any of you remember the Madeline Hunter lesson plan from like way back in the day, right? I went to this conference called Q Bold out in California near San Francisco, and the whole conference was kind of based on a remix of this old Madeline Hunter lesson plan. So it was pretty cool. And so I did this just as a way to kind of like visualize all the different steps. Now I don't know about you, but what we're doing here is we're gathering together ideas. We're kind of synthesizing them and putting them in a way that people can consume them. And for so many years, we've done that with essays and research reports and all of that stuff. I kind of think that in some ways, infographics can be like research reports 2.0. Not for everything maybe, but for a lot of things. It can give us just a different way of coming at the same task and actually create a product that people will want to read, you know? So there's one, that was one based off of that Madeline Hunter lesson plan. Here's another one that's based off of a blog post that a friend of mine wrote. And so I don't know about you, but for me, whenever I do something like this, if I've got a couple little images and some text all together, that's a real brain-friendly way for me to consume content and then remember what's in it. So how do you make them, right? That's kind of the big question. And we start with Google Drawings, which, by the way, I don't know if you realize this, but if you go to, this is like a little quick ninja shortcut trick. Hey, John. If you go to drawings.google.com, it automatically brings up a brand new one for you. So you don't even have to go to Drive, hit the new button, go dig it out with all of these clicks. You can just go there and it'll create a brand new one for you. And like I was saying, these are basically all of the tools that you've got. You've got your lines, your shapes, your text box, and your images. And so just by putting those together, that makes it pretty simple. So if we go back to something like this, let's kind of look at the anatomy of what we have here. These are all just text boxes, of course. And you guys know that Google has literally thousands of fonts that you can use, right? If you're over here and you bring up a text box, you've got this more fonts option down here. Sometimes people look at this and they don't see the more fonts and they go, oh, that's all the fonts that Google gives you? No, there are thousands of them that you can search from. You can even sort them by popularity. So the ones that everybody seems to want to use, you can pull those in too. So that's pretty cool. So on this, we've got text. This is just a rectangle shape up here. But then, of course, you got the little icons. That's probably the thing you're looking at and you're going, how did he do that? Where did he get those? And there's a place where you can get all these icons for our favorite price as teachers. Yes, it's free. They're all totally free. Here's the site. You ready for this? I saw this, I learned about this, and I was like, oh, this is one of my absolute favorite sites of all time. The Noun Project. You can find that at thenounproject.com, and it has icons for everything. So you literally get, it says nearly 1 million curated icons created by a global community. You have all of these artists from all over the world, and they'll create these little icons and they'll upload them onto the Noun Project. And so let's say, somebody give me just a broad concept that you'd like to get an icon for. Just shout something out. No wrong answers here. What was it? Atoms. There you go. Perfect. A-T-O. There you go. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Not bad, right? And so, of course, it's just going to be sort of a general representation of it. But we've got all these icons. And so if you want to use one, here's what you do. You hit the download button. You pick what kind of file. So I picked a PNG, which is like an image file, right? And then you've got these two options. Royalty-free means you get the icon. You don't have to put any attribution on it whatsoever, but you got to pay. That's not our favorite price, is it? Our favorite price is free, so we're going to use Creative Commons. So watch what happens whenever we use Creative Commons. It downloads this little picture. And if I just open this picture up, you're going to see that we're going to have the icon. There it is. Yeah, thanks. It's coming. You're going to see that we've got the icon, but it's going to have a little like line of text embedded in the bottom of it. And it's going to say, maybe. Oh, transparent black. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me just show you an example. So basically what it's going to do is it'll have the icon, and at the bottom it says, icon by Alexander Vector via the Noun Project. But you don't have to leave it on there that way. In fact, if you look back at my example, what I did was I used the crop tool, and I just cropped that little line off of the bottom of the image. But I still want to attribute, right? I mean, to go by the usage rights and everything, you still got to do it, right? So I just add in this little text box down here, and I pull all of those authors' names in of all of, or artists' names for all of those icons and stick them all down here and say via the Noun Project. That takes care of your attribution. So it's all totally done. You hide it down here, and then you got all the rest of your amazing stuff up here. At the beginning, when you start doing this, it's kind of a nice idea to have an organization of like where you want to put things and how you want to do it, but don't be totally married to that organization. Because like with this one, I think I started with, I think I was going to put 4 across, and then it just didn't fit. So then I had to change it up, and then I ended up with 8, and then I had this extra space, and so I came up with something else to put in it. So it's kind of an exercise in flexibility. Just kind of a good thing for kids to go through, right? Is to make a plan and then adjust the plan on the fly as necessary. So as far as that goes, that's how I would do that. That's what the drawings look like, and then that's what the Noun Project looks like. And then there's your attribution one more time. So that's all, again, just like a text box at the bottom. So once you're done with that, you go to File. Actually, I'll show it to you right here. You go to File, Download As. You can download it as a PDF document. I use the JPEG and the PNG, the image files. I use those the most. And then once you've got that, I mean, the sky's the limit. You can put them in a document. You can put them on a website, put them on slides, send them by email, stick them on social media. The social media thing's the thing that I do the most, because a lot of the ones I make are for teachers, and that's a good place to find them. So you do that, and then you've got it, and you can run with it. And so, yeah, that's what we were talking about right there. If you'd like more information on this, or if you'd like to have a link with all of this stuff in case you get back home and you're like, how did he say to make those infographics again? Go there. ditchthattextbook.com / no, not graphic organizers. I gave you the wrong one. Hang on just a second. I can't believe I didn't catch that until just now. It's ditchthattextbook.com / infographics. Sorry about that. Let's fix it. Infographics. Thank you for your patience while I type that. Duh. There we go. That's the one you want to take a picture of. Let me get out of your way. And if you go to that same site, along the right side of the page, there's a sign up where you can get that free ebook I was talking about earlier. So it'll just shoot it right into your inbox, and you can have all 101 of those ideas right there. So, all right, any last second questions? So if you hung around for the presentation, you do get a free copy of my book. If you don't have one yet, feel free to come on up. If you'd like me to sign them, I'm happy to. And I've even got a little bit of Ditch That Textbook swag up here. If you love stickers and you love little buttons, I've got a whole bunch of them right up here. So, all right, hopefully that was useful. Thank you guys so much.